Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be engraving this really cute paddleboard. This is from Target. I got it just this month, so I'm filming this in February 2021. I got it just this month. You can grab it now. And I designed this entire thing in Silhouette Studio. So you'll see I'm going to put in the screen record of me designing it. I actually went in not knowing exactly how to do it. So the screen record is you watching me figure out the process of creating this. So super cute. I am going to have this file for sale. So if you like this file, you can get it at my website. I'll link it below. And this is going to be a fun Silhouette Studio and Glowforge project. So if you're here watching, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and leave me a like. It really does help out my channel. And if you're thinking about getting a Glowforge, check out the link in my description. You can save up to $500 on a new machine. Okay, so this is at 2x speed. So I'll walk you through. Made a rectangle and the shape tool over on the left. You can choose your size. You can see I just turned this over to 3. So I'm rotating it, and now that I'm happy with this, I'm going to convert it to path. With shapes, you want to do that because you want to say, okay, this is an actual shape. So now I'm just using the different boxes to resize this to look like a house. You know, you want it to look, honestly, it looks like an arrow. So you can see this is just me moving it around, trying to figure out what I like. I can resize it evenly like that when I hold down the Alt button while clicking a corner. So it keeps it in the same spot. So now I want to break it apart. I double clicked into point edit mode, and you can see me clicking on these squares and clicking break path. These red dots indicate the path is broken, so I just moved it to the side and deleted that point, so we have that little shape there. What I just did is I did an offset of that to make an outline. So basically create an arrow, break it apart, and then do an outline. So now I'm testing out my chimney. This is me kind of trying it out. And you're going to see me move this around like several times. So I did an offset. I want to resize it. So what I did is I held down the Alt button and I started dragging a corner. That'll drag it in the same spot, so it helps create similar to an offset. So now for a million times, I'm going to go through in point edit mode and delete these points to smooth it out. So you can see all the little squares you see underneath where the chimney is. I'm just deleting it. And now I'm going to move it around. And I'm hitting Control Z because for some reason I'm not happy with this. So now I'm moving my chimney to a different spot. I tested out the modify panel about subtracting to get it to connect. And honestly, I'm just trying to figure out what I want. So you can see this is a little bit into my design process. In reality, if you want to do this, do your square, your triangle, convert it, weld it together, break the path at the bottom, and then do an offset. That's really what you need to do. So I'm just repeating again to delete these points over here. So you have this all set. Don't forget this file is going to be on my website. And this is me hitting Control Z over and over again because I'm just not happy with this chimney. I mean, I'm in Florida, so like chimneys aren't a big deal here. I know houses have them, but I've never had one, so I don't really know where to look. But you can see I'm just kind of clicking it, smoothing it out. I think at this point I'm actually happy. Yep, so I went to flexi shapes over on the left and I chose a heart shape. And so I'm drawing them and using the little green dot to rotate it. So we're doing cute little hearts coming out of the chimney. So you can see I'm making a copy. I'm holding down Alt, clicking and dragging. And so I wanted these to be different sizes to come out. So you have bigger, smaller, smallest. Super cute. And then I highlighted everything and filled it in using the fill panel. So now I'm ready to start typing. So I have home, all caps. I use Barlow condensed, and I increase my character spacing. You can see me stretching it out. And then I'm just kind of choosing how much space I want it to be. And now I group together my house. Now I made a copy of the home because it's the same word, Home Sweet Home. So now we're doing sweet. We're going to do lowercase. And this font is going to be Almonade. You can see I'm testing it. That one has too long of a swoosh on the side. The other one I don't super love. In a second, you're going to see my computer stopped responding. Do you guys have this with your Silhouette Studio? Sometimes this happens when I'm going through fonts. Alright, so now we're back. So I'm going to go over, choose my font. We're going to do Almonade. A-L, like lemonade, but with Al. Alright, so now we're going to set this up. I'm filling this in so I can see the placement, although this is all essentially going to be the same color with an engrave. So I'm using my arrow keys to bump this up. And so what I will be doing is I'm going to do an offset from this suite. I'm going to create a line off the suite, and I'm going to subtract it from the back. So I grouped the homes together. I want them to be treated together. So here comes the offset. So we have our suite right here. I changed the color because I'm still trying to figure out spacing. So I did a 0.09 offset, 0.08. I'm testing it. 0.06. And then I grabbed the back and then hit subtract. So you can see all of that was set up. And then I converted it to one path. So it gives that little definition between them. Alright, so now we just need to position this in our house. I'm kind of aligning it there. And now I'm grouping that, and we're all set with the base design. So this is what you can get on the website. If you want me to do more detailed tutorial, I can do it on there. I know a lot of you guys just kind of want to watch and then buy the file, so that's up to you. So now I'm using the same font, Almanade, and I'm typing the family name. And then here comes me just not knowing what I want again. So I'm trying it with Barlow Condensed. I'm trying it with the combination. All that fun stuff. At the end of the day, I'm going to do this line in all Almanade, and then our bottom line is going to be in the Barlow Condensed. Those are two fonts that I like to use for this. I try not to use too many. I try to stick to 2 or less. Barlow Condensed, you can see, is a really nice modern font, but it's still neutral. So I love using that. So here you can see I'm still testing it out. I still want to know how to do it. And don't forget, I'm doing this at double speed. So this took me twice as long. However, I didn't cut anything. So this is the actual process of me testing it out. So hopefully this kind of gives you a better idea of just how, I don't know, design testing works. So now we're typing our This Home Established, February 2021. Don't forget, this is Barlow Condensed, and you can see in the character spacing that it's 115%, meaning it's set up to be a little bit wider than standard fonts. Alright, so we're almost there. Now I have my alt text. I'm going to retype it in my lowercase or camel case. This is the family name, and that is Almanade. So we're almost done. Now we're just going to align it, and when you're cutting on Glowforge, you're cutting with your silhouette, you want to make sure you're welding that font. You do not want the overlapping lines in the script font. That's pretty much it. That's the designing. You can totally do this too. Super simple. And so you're just going to take this using Business Edition and save it as an SVG. Alright, so here is my board. It's in acacia. I think that's how you say that. Charcuterie board. I got it from Target. So this is more than a 1/2 inch thick. So we are going to be taking out our crumb tray, because if we leave our crumb tray in, it will be too tall, and we don't want that. So let's take this out. But while we do this, we do need to make sure we have this board propped up enough. So one thing to keep in mind, it's too deep this way. So before I do anything else, I'm going to put my board in here and make sure my Glowforge can actually pass through. So I'm going to take my my arm. So I'm going to turn off my machine to check. The reason why I'm turning off my machine is I don't want to go against the motor. So now that it's off, I'm just going to bring my arm all the way down. So the hard part is sometimes you think you can put your material in here, and then this little arm piece will actually bump it. So we're all good there. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and prop this up. I have 2 little like baby cutting boards. I got this a couple years ago at Target, the dollar spot, and they're the perfect height to prop things up because it almost always puts it in the right threshold that I need. So I'm just going to make sure I'm aligning it, make sure it's straight. Let's bring this over, and we're all set to go. So let's close this, turn this on, and then I'll see you over in my software to set up my design. So I have this open in my Glowforge studio. You can see my crumb tray right now. That is because I just turned my machine back on, as you just saw. So we have the scanning that has to go on. So this should almost, there we go. It should be done. So there is my board. Before I do anything else, I want to go in and set my focus area. Now you can use calipers and measure and find how high your material is with your boards. But I personally have had really, really good luck setting my focus, so I will continue to do that. I don't mind it. So we're going to let that focus, and while we do this, before I forget to do anything else, I'm going to grab my entire design and I'm going to rotate it. So I'm holding down shift as I hit this rotate button, and this will rotate in 45-degree increments. So now I can make sure it's exactly the right, angle that we need. And honestly, I like this sizing. I don't want it to fill the whole board. I want it to be at the bottom. So let's kind of check it out. So I'm just looking over on the sides here. Honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I hope you guys think so too, because that's what I'm doing. So I brought it up a little bit to kind of match where this curve happens. So let me just bump it to the side just a little bit. Now, if Glowforge wants to put in a feature that you can change the camera angle so you can line up stuff, I would love that. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like. So let's choose our settings. I'm going to go to Engrave. And then this is just like a board that settings I use all the time, Charcuterie coded. So it's basically full power, full speed, and 270 lines per inch. Now, I'm going to do full power because this wood is kind of darker. You don't have to. You can decrease it if you want and do 100, but we're just going to, actually, let's do 100. Let's see how it goes. We're gonna live it up, okay? So let's go over here, set it like that. Let's save it. You might hear my dog bark in a second. I think my husband's getting home. And now we can go over and print. So this is going to tell us how long it'll take to engrave. Now don't forget, engraves do take a while because your laser head has to go back and forth. So this may take a little bit longer. Prepare yourself for that. It's no big deal, but it might. So we're still preparing. I'm just stalling to talk so you can see how long it's going to be. Hope you're having a good day. If you're fast forwarding, you don't hear this, but hey, we'll see how it goes. So again, this is going to calculate a little bit longer because it's basically preparing to see how many times it goes back and forth. Okay, check it out. It's gonna be like 51 minutes. So I'm gonna jump over, start this, and then I'll see you in a little while. Check it out, guys. Look at this cute board. Now you can see from the video, I went in knowing kind of what I wanted, but I didn't actually know how to make it. So this is something that I created completely in Silhouette Studio. Now, if you want this design, I am going to link it in the description. It will be for purchase on my website so you can enjoy it. Now, I am not going to include names here. This will be just for the house. You can use it for whatever board you'd like to use. I think this is a great housewarming gift. If you work with realtors, this is an amazing thing to offer to them. I was actually inspired by one that my mortgage officer gave to us when we bought our home. So really like it. Again, this board is from Target. It is threshold paddle board. I think I paid $19 for this. So great gift. Hope you enjoy it. If you're watching and you're thinking about getting a Glowforge, please check out the link in the description. You can save up to $500 on a new machine. And while you're here, please give me a like. It really does help my channel out.